And oh, thank you, Malik, making these. I'm out of beads now, so now I have to. Hey, Georgia. Hey, Christopher. It's really good to see you. I have to. If you guys don't know, I'm doing like a Heal Your Way Forward bracelet and book bundle, but now I'm out of bracelets, so I got to figure my life out. I'm out of everything. But there's a lot happening in the world, and I'm just tapping in and tuning in to everybody. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Angie. Hey, Pretty Up. Seeing how everybody's doing today. It is a lot of news in the world. I'm just again making bracelets and just sitting with myself and thinking about the world and what's happening with all of us. And doing just the heart check in. Yesterday, I did a heart check in, and I said that I would be doing. I'm leading tonight on tonight's check in. We're going to do a practice of direct compassion and communication. So at some point today, I'll have to get my slides ready so that we can do that on tonight's live, so that you all have a practice to settle your nervous systems. So if you're free tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are going to do a live practice of direct compassionate communication. I am going to probably get a volunteer to help so I can make sure you guys have access to the tools you need. So I would recommend bringing a pen, a piece of paper. Try to be on a device where you can click a link and open it to get some spreadsheets so you can have words to describe your feelings, thoughts, and emotions. Because right now, a lot of folks don't know how to feel and what to feel, and we're getting on social media and we're being told what we should think and feel. And there's so many filters of information. A lot of times I think of Noam Chomsky's in the propaganda model. And if you don't know what that model is, just one second. I think I'm going to write about that on Substack this week. So Edward S. Herman and Noam Chomsky created what's called the propaganda model. And this propaganda model was developed for understanding how corporate mass media functions to manufacture public consent of systemic biases. And the 5 filters of that would be ownership, advertisement, official sources, flack, and anti-communisms, or a common enemy. And it serves as the interest of a dominant societal classes by promoting specific narratives and suppressing others. So just like yesterday, there was what happened in Utah, there was also a mass shooting in Colorado at a school. How many of us knew about that? And then other things is today is September 11th. I don't know how much footage September 11th is getting because I chose to log out, to turn my TV off. And I'm very concerned with all of us because we are all tapped in and tuned in to the media, and we are not taking care of ourselves. There are so many single story narratives being perpetuated right now. We've lost our humanity. We have no humanity of ourselves, so we don't have humanity for others. Literally, I've been watching a lot of spiritual folk I follow, and they're just like, spiritually we spiritually died in 2023. That's the joke. Because it takes a spiritual death for us to no longer see the humanity of others. And that's so real. It takes spiritual death for us to not be able to tap in and see ourselves and each other. Hey, Daphne, thanks for being here. So it's not just like, it's not even just really about like, I don't have humanity for my other. You can't have something that you don't have for yourself. So what we're seeing taking place in the world is that we don't have a culture of empathy. We don't have a culture of compassion, and we don't have it even for ourselves. So you can't get, this is what I've always said for years. You can't give what you don't have. So literally, are we all waking up to the ways in which we are actually performing love and compassion and empathy? Because baby, when I get on social media, I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? At what point did we all get to this space of just like, we all are starting to sound like AI robots. I can't tell the right from the left. I was just talking to my sister friend Paige about that. I can't tell the right from the left. I can't tell what's up and down because everybody's starting to sound alike. I see why some of my elders are saying, Maisha, as a Black woman, mind your business. Let these people do what they're going to do. And I'm really starting to sit at the feet of the elders and ancestors like, y'all know what? maybe I do need to let these people do what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should let people make their own informed decisions, not codepend on them to tell me what they think I should do, not get upset with them when they don't hold the same opinion as I do, because that's not what makes us human. That's what makes us AI and artificial intelligence. And we are not AI or artificial intelligence. Maybe we were the first artificial intelligence based on how we were socialized to uphold imperialist, capitalist, white supremacist, ableist patriarchy. But once you know better, you do better. But our problem is we keep focusing on these systems and these politicians thinking they're going to do something for us, and they all gaslight us. Why do we keep doing that? What happened to being the people who work towards freedom and liberation and were really okay with literally figuring it out on our own, being in a parallel system? We all got to work. We all got to pay bills. But can you be in it and not of it? Can you work and pay bills and think about, like, does your neighbor have a hot meal? Do they actually have money to feed their family? A lot of people don't think about that. This is a loose tie. I have several bracelets to tie up tighter. A lot of us don't think about that. It's just like, oh, whatever. And in fact, I had this piece of content go viral on TikTok. I took it down because I was like, ugh, this is too much. I'm not into virality anymore. And the question I asked was, where are white women right now? Very interesting perspectives on how that question was answered. For some people, it was like, I'm freaked out, I'm panicking, I'm disassociated. And there was a majority of women too who were like, I'm raising my kids, drinking my water, minding my business. I'm not thinking about anything. And in that moment, I could recognize who was who. But right now I can't. And that feels very scary. It feels scary to see all the ways that I was brought up, and to see something different is very scary. And so this is just my reminder that if you're worried about empathy in other people, make sure you think about the empathy you do or you don't have for yourself. You can't give what you don't have.